Okay, so listen, there are some releases in the makeup world, and I tell you what, 2025 is going to be a good year for makeup. I can feel it in my, chest. That it's going to be a good year because I just feel like there's been amazing releases. It's more exciting again. People are getting into wearing more makeup. They want to wear more. Clean Girl is done. More makeup is coming back in. But listen, there have been a few launches this year where I've kind of been a little bit disappointed, right? And maybe not even just launches, but some things I've tried this year. So I just want to talk about them. You'll understand what I mean when I talk about it. Listen, what is going on? Jeez. No, what is happening? Let me know if you felt like you've been strung along by a new release and it's come out and you were like, Also, consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up. For those of you who like my more reaction commentary content, I do have a whole reaction channel, Robert Reacts, where I react to things that aren't really beauty related, just going on in the world. I also, for the beauty lovers who love when I do videos like this, I have a Substack now. Substack is almost like articles or a blog, if that makes sense. So I have a Substack, I'll link that down below and I'll pin it as a comment where you can just read my thoughts. I already have loads of things coming up I want to write about. I'm trying not to write something every single day and spam you over there. But yes, okay, let's get into it. Before we get into this today, because I know this is the kind of video my audience like to watch, so I know I'll get more views in this than others. I just have something very quickly I want to say to the trans community who follow me here. Worldwide, mainly in the US, but I just wanted you to know there are more people in this world who love you, care about you, respect you, and need you than there are people who don't, right? There are so many people on your side. There are so many people who are your community. There are so many more people who want you to be happy than there are who aren't. And I know we're in this period of time where it feels like the world is against you, your country is against you, your neighbor is against you. And as easy as it is for me to say, as someone who isn't trans and someone in the UK, be in this moment, take a second to step back from this fear that's happening at the moment. People are trying to scare you and they want you to be scared. And it is a scary time, but please also remember, we have your back. No matter where we are in the world, no matter who we are as people, there are so many of us who have your back. And I know in the UK here, we love to follow the political trends of the US. That's why it's so important to us who comes into power in the US. I know some people think it isn't, but it really, really is. You know, countries have worldwide relations, right? That's why it's so important for everyone to stand up and use their voice and empower people in their community. We are here for you. We love you. Please remember that through this very difficult, scary, ununderstandable time. Okay, let's start with the first thing on my disappointment list, right? The new Huda Beauty powder. I was excited about this launch because the teasing for this powder really made it look like this very bright purple, true purple powder. And I was actually like curious how in color theory that will work, because these like bluey purples that look a bit deeper contain blue. Purples contain blue. So the deeper the purple, the more blue it tends to have. So I was thinking, how would that work? Because we tend to want to cover blue tones under the eye. We use red, orange to cancel out the blue tones, those grey tones, or what we see as grey. So I did question that, but I found it interesting. I was like, how is that going to work? As I started to see people actually use this powder, I realised it's not actually really purple, it's just a deeper pink. It's called Ube powder. Ube is a deep purple. It's really not that shade, right? It's more like a candy floss, this powder, which is still cute, but it's not purple, you know? It was kind of shown as purple. So I was a little bit disappointed by the original teasing because it looks like some trickery is going on with lighting and saturating the final video to make it look strangely purple, because no one would question like a deeper pink powder. Like we've all seen pink powder already, so it wouldn't be as exciting, right? It wouldn't be like, oh, a purple? What does that do when it's just a regular pink? I had lipstick on my teeth. But you can see, right, people's initial reaction to the color through Huda duetting the post, or Huda Beauty posting these things. So she teased the color, not telling anyone what the product was, kind of keeping it secret, keeping it on a down low. And then people were trying to recreate the tone of the powder, not knowing what it was, resulting in people trying to make purple powder, imitating what they've seen online. So you can see it did come off super purple rather than pink. Then when the powder is revealed and the shade we get is a lot lighter in compared to the original visual of the shade. I just thought it was a bit sneaky, a bit like, oh, are we doing that? Are we trying to make something look exciting because, you know, hype them up because we're actually just getting like a deeper pink powder, which is great because, you know, deeper pinks for deeper skin tones, incredible. That's why I was thinking, how would a bluey purple work on a deeper skin tone? I don't quite see that, you know? So it did just kind of make me think. And I just recently started purchasing stuff from the brand and I really like their stuff, the blushes, the lip products. But this didn't sit too right with me. You know, it's like if we're gonna do the gimmicky shit, if that's gonna happen, I'm not really interested. I'm all for transparency and honesty and all this kind of stuff. The brand's products aren't really enough to keep me interested in it. You know, I do like the brand to be good, as if it was a person to be a good person. But saying that, the other products, great, love it. And I know it seems like I've been giving the brand Huda Beauty a bit of a difficult time recently, especially with their Easy Blur. I've been using this every day I'm on camera. It's really nice. It just doesn't blur, but it's a nice foundation. Sorry, I just have to add here as well, editing me. When I'm talking about purple, I mean a tone of purple. It's a lilac powder, but I mean that the outcome looks more purple in tone than pink. So just want to add that in before people are like, it's a lilac. I know lilac is a product of purple. You know what I mean. Okay, let's touch on the Dior foundation. Where is it? Because I can never remember the name. Dior Forever Skin Perfect. Is it perfect or perfect? The face stick. We also have a contour ones, which are actually really, really nice. So now, okay, I don't usually believe when people really hype up a product like over the top, but when everyone, and I mean everyone, is saying how incredible this foundation is, I believed it. I had to believe it. You know what I mean? There was no one who I asked who was like, no, I don't like it. So this Dior Stick foundation has been so hyped up. And Dior is a brand for me, you probably all know this, where I either love a product from them or I hate it. Their powder blush, hate, but I love their liquid highlighters, right? Their eyeshadow, hate their eyeshadow, but I love their lip products. I haven't experienced an in-between just yet, you know? Love it or hate it. Apart from this foundation, I'm like, what is it about it that everyone loves? I asked over on Instagram, right, what people's shades were in this foundation so I could look at their faces and get an idea of what shade I would be and find a good match for me. 2N is a good shade match for me. I'm a lot more lighter and neutral when I look on camera, where I come across more like olivey yellow. On camera, I think it's the purple in the background. Yes, but I'm actually very neutral. If you see me in real life, I'm very pale. So I tried it for the first time and I posted it on my Instagram stories just to carry on sharing my experience trying to find this foundation, trying to find the shade. And I was disappointed, not because the foundation is bad, but because it was just a foundation. There was nothing super exciting or different or, you know, wowing about it, you know? Like, I was like, oh, okay, it's a nice foundation. And I expected that, and I know everyone's skin is different, but when everyone of every skin type, age, race, gender is like, this is beautiful, you're gonna love it, and I'm like, okay, I'm down to try it, you know? And it does make a few claims that I find interesting, right? And it says it's like a natural blurred finish, being one of the claims. We get a lot of products that claim to be blurry, but then it's not. And if this is one of them, I just found it regular again. It's nice, sure, it's a nice foundation. Will I keep it and use it? Yes, but am I blown away? Not really at all. And I said again, when I was trying to find people's shades so I can compare my skin tone and have a look at their pictures and stuff, everyone was saying, you are going to love this foundation. I love this foundation. Not one person in my inbox that I saw, because I had to accept requests, was like, I don't like this. I tried it and I don't like it. Oh, one person, after I spoke about it. But everyone adores it. So maybe I was having a bad skin day. I know I have been a little bit dehydrated, a little bit funny around here recently. So listen, I'm going to keep them both. I'm going to hold on to them both and see how they go. They're great to use on camera, being on camera often. I will use them. I just wasn't blown away to a point where I'm like, I'm going to recommend this foundation to everyone. Okay, let's talk about the latest Pat McGrath launch, right? Pat McGrath, whatever you want to call it, launch. So this isn't a product. This isn't a product I'm disappointed in. This is the launch of a product that I'm disappointed with, okay? So Pat McGrath launched her very eagerly awaited Skin Fetish Glass 001. This is a face mask-like product that was inspired by her iconic Mason Margiela, you know what I mean, look for a runway show she did, right? Super high fashion, super editorial, just amazing. And for a moment, right, when this happened, the online makeup world and the editorial makeup world met. And people, I think, start to realize how kind of separate they were in terms of what being a makeup artist can be, who works in the real world of fashion versus what we see makeup artists online doing, you know, a 15-year-old with makeup artists on their profile. But the two worlds collided, and it was truly like, it inspired people. In a world that was clean girl for the last 3 or 4 years, it was great to see some artistry happen and people mix things up, right? Like, when have you seen people just trying shiny faces online and going about their daily life with a shiny face? My point in this being, right, this was a product everyone wanted. Content creators, you bet they wanted to make content with this. Professional makeup artists can find multiple ways to use this. It doesn't just have to be, you know, a face mask that you peel off or whatever. I was so interested in getting this and trying a few different methods to see, can we make this an everyday wearable highlight, an everyday wearable, have it usable in some way. It's not meant to be, but could it be? Sure, you know what I mean? And it's fun. It's fun. So I signed up for email to be notified to get early access. Did I get an early access email? You bet I didn't. But I am now on their newsletter. I now receive multiple emails about things from them. Nothing about that product, but you know, listen to me. Listen, you are going to make this a limited release when you know how this would sell. And actually, we sold out, get it next time sales tactic isn't going to work on me this time. I'm over it. And I'm still waiting for those Star Wars lip glosses I ordered back in 2022, by the way. Pat McGrath Labs. They were never delivered. But if you have so many people eagerly awaiting this launch, right? You have so many people who are gonna jump on this. You know all the TikTokers are gonna jump on this because it's a visually eye-catching product. Why have you made limited qualities? It's been a long amount of time now. It's been a long period of time. You could have got that. I don't fall, and this is a sales tactic people use where it's like, oh, we sold out. Get on the mailing list for next time. You know, I won't. I'm not going to. I probably will. Hey, I just bought it. Begrudgingly. I'll do it begrudgingly. All right, well, let me know if there's anything you've been disappointed in. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Thank you for joining me. Consider subscribing. Subscribe to me over on Substack, my reaction channel, everything else, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.